All right, guys, welcome back to the Rescue Hangar. Welcome back to Rebuild Rescue. We got a ton of stuff to get to in the 401. We have some electrical stuff to do. We got some fuel stuff to do. And man, we got to get these tip tanks off because we have some guys coming in. Well, some guys, it's actually my son, is going to come in and take some dents out of the tank so then you can get them painted up.
Awesome.
And we got another surprise. Can you tell me what the surprise is?
Gotta go get my chompers.
Let's go. Let's go get your choppers, Joe. Man, that looks nice. Joe can't see that right now, but this is what is getting fitted today. And we've been in and out of here a few times. Dr. Sean is very, very picky. He didn't like the fitment and some of the other ones, sent it back, got it adjusted. So Joe is like really, really ready to eat chips.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything works out today and we're gonna get out of here and Joe will have some chompers. Maybe we'll stop and get some food or something like that. So we can see how it works. So we'll see. All right. Those are some shiny teeth, Joe. I don't know. I have to get some sunglasses.
Oh, nothing.
Give you the top here. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. I'm gonna bite you back.
It feels so weird to have something there, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. What'd you say, Joe? Is it good?
Let me see the.
Yeah, right. How long has it been since you've seen teeth in your mouth?
Last January.
No, like real teeth in your mouth.
Last January.
Does it feel good? It looks good.
Bite down. Nice
They
and
look
wide.
really good. They look really good. All right.
All right, my man. That'd be it.
Bring on the chips.
Give it a little whirl. Go eat some food. Go eat, burger or sandwich. If you do notice that it's moving around a little bit, it's probably because your bite needs to be adjusted a little bit more. So just kind of wear it, see how it goes, and should we get to go?
Awesome.
Okay.
Nice.
Long road, but we got it, man.
brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
We're actually over here at the X Bikes and Beards shop. It's nothing more than an empty space. So many different bikes and beard stuff happen here. Sean's actually cruising a tow motor around doing a couple last things. And Joe and I are here to pick up this lift. So Sean got a hold of me and said, hey, I got a lift. Do you want this thing? And my thought is in the hangar, could we use it to put an airplane up on somehow? And I'm thinking the Kit Fox will fit up there. I'm thinking the tow motor will fit underneath, or we can put the tug up there. It's a little bigger than I thought though. I don't know, it's a lot longer. Yeah, so we're gonna see what we can do to get this thing loaded up, put it on a trailer, and get it back to the hangar. Yeah, so it actually went right in here. I just think it's because Sean like man-lead it in there.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, it's on, ish. Ooh, let me step on here. You still have that push, right? All right, so we got this thing all strapped down. Now we're gonna head back to the hangar, set it up, and I think we have an airplane we're gonna park on it. Hopefully it works. Think it'll work?
Oh, it should work.
It should work.
It's gonna work.
I think so.
The heck is that thing?
So Sean from over at Bikes and Beards got a hold of me and he said, I'm moving out. Everything's moved out of my shop because he moved down to Tennessee. But I have this 4-post lift and he wanted us to have it to be able to use it. And he thought maybe we could put an airplane on it or our tug or just have some more parking room in the hangar here. And I think it's going to work really well. I mean, it's just huge. So we're either going to park an airplane on it or something, but it's going to give us some more room in the hangar.
An airplane.
I think so. I think we'll put an airplane on it.
Oh boy.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not sure how yet, but we're going to put something on it. All right, let's get this thing unloaded. Can we help you? You got this? What do you need? Well, we have a generator, but we don't have the right plug
To go
to
to,
the generator.
okay, we gotta do, just raise it, that's all we gotta do.
Yeah. We're not getting the forklift on her. Lift it until it locks.
Yeah, they'll lock in on automatic.
Okay. Tilt a little bit. Go ahead. Go ahead, bring her up, Joe.
Did I see that at your house, Jamie?
All right, so if you guys are watching at home, one of the number one things that electricians tell you not to do is strip wires and stick them in outlets. So I don't have any hair to lose, so we're good.
This is like the definition of sketchy.
It's this one, and this one. All right, let's find out.
We need to rescue the rebuild rescue generator.
The more weight's on here, the quicker it goes down. That was so funny. There was mice living in the generator.
Yeah.
The first turnover of that thing, all that
Surprise, something Jason owns.
Yeah, right.
Rodents in it.
I know. Thank you, Sean. Really appreciate that. You know, he was watching me eye this thing down since he got it in his shop. We're gonna make something out of it. I'm not sure yet. You know, we are looking to get, I think, 2 airplane lifts here that are made for airplanes that we would put in the back. So then we'd be able to have 4 stacked back there, have some other equipment stacked here, and just make some more room for us because, well, we have an airplane problem. Well, I have an airplane problem. Yeah, it's done. So that primer, like, it's more flexible than the green stuff. It's a higher zinc chromate. It was actually produced originally for marine use. It is a lot more durable than the green stuff. So I know there's a lot of people that had a lot of questions about it, and Joe and I and Corey, we were just talking about it. It's really good stuff. So these are prime now. Joe did a great job again on the bodywork. It looks good. And so let's get these up to the hangar and let's get them put up on the wings of the 401.
Just grab right in a wet spot.
I'm gonna have to touch that up.
Let's get the top one in first. So roll it, roll it, roll it.
It's primered, now it's thick.
All right. These tip tanks are done. Good job.
So I'm over here with the Saratoga. The engine just went out for this, so I got a couple things I want to get done to this before the engine will come back, and one of which we're going to replace heat shields and just clean up and paint everything, make it look all nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip everything down and make sure everything's marked and get it all laid out to get cleaned up and inspected, and then I can get started on cleaning it up and getting ready for paint. All right, so I got everything removed out of the way that I get to the heat shield material here until I realized I have a couple bolts here that have nuts on the back side. I'm gonna have to go in behind there. The battery box is in there. So I have to take this panel off, pull the battery box. Hopefully I'll be able to get to those nuts to pull that piece off. Then on the other side, we have a couple screws that have nuts on the back side, and I gotta get to them. So let's see how that's gonna go. Obviously, I'm gonna have to remove the black panel. Hopefully I can reach it through there. If not, I'll have to even pull that subfloor out. So hopefully I don't have to go that far, but just another step that got a little bit harder. I'm gonna go ahead and see how long it's gonna take. Most of the loose stuff all scraped off. Now I'm gonna go ahead with Scotch-Brite, some lacquer thinner, get it as clean as I can get it. We're gonna get it ready for paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
All right, so Joe went ahead and he got all the priming done on this and got this all cleaned up. So I took it down to the paint shop. We got some really good single stage, extra hard, hardened bright white paint on this engine mount. The whole landing gear is painted. All the firewall components that stick out are also painted. So all we have to do is go ahead and order some heat shield protection for this, get that mounted, and then we're just waiting for the overhauled engine and we can fly this Saratoga. So really excited about that, but the engine overhaul, well, it's probably a good 3 months behind yet just because the overhaul shops are that busy. So now that this is all done, we can go ahead and put it down on one of our storage hangars, and it's gonna wait a while, but I'm so excited to get this thing put back together. It's just gonna have to go down that hangar for a while, but then we'll be getting that engine back, we'll get it in, and of course, we port and polished it. We matched all the valves, we matched all the weight. I mean, this thing is gonna put out some horsepower, and it's definitely gonna be Rebuild Rescue certified. This is a 1993 Mustang LX convertible special edition. They only built 1,503 of these, and you can win it on rebuildrescue.com. This one-of-a-kind third-generation Mustang is a hot collector's car that's sure to make the neighbors jealous. Stuffed inside of this beauty, you'll find a 300 cubic inch, 225 horsepower V8 engine. This rare Mustang came in canary yellow with a black leather interior and a black convertible top. And don't forget the iconic chrome-plated 5-spoke pony wheels. To win this, go to our merch store and pick up a few things to put under the Christmas tree this year. Every $10 spent gets you one entry to win, so enter now. So make sure you click the link down below and visit rebuildrescue.com to get entered to win this really cool special edition and rare Ford Mustang convertible. All right, so since we got those tip tanks on, now we got to get this all unwrapped, and we have to figure out what every single one of these pins are. This is a 402 wing, and we just want to make sure that there wasn't any changes done to the harness in this wing versus the 401 wing. Last thing we want is to have this all plugged in and for us to power it up, and we have smoke everywhere. We're not going to do that. I did look at the manual, and we printed out the pages. I even borrowed some of Joe's readers. Joe, what prescription is this? I can see everything.
Uh-huh.
And I can't make sense of it. Whoever can, God bless you, but I can't. And I think it's going to be best for us to go ahead, test every single pin to every single wire, because we're putting a whole engine management, fuel, oil, all that stuff, pressure system. It gets a single computer that gets mounted on the wing and like 3 wires that go in the fuselage. No more running 50 million wires in, no more running fuel in there, no more running oil. We're simplifying it, we're modernizing it, and it's going to be a ton better. That does mean that Joe and I are going to be testing wings for the next 2 or 3 days. No, that's not it. Try the other pin. Oh, wait. Go ahead and power it up. All right, good. So that's B. Mark that down as B. Good. Let's try the next row down and the third connector over there. All right, that's it. All right, go ahead. Try the next one. All right, go ahead. All right, that's F. All right, so we spent most of the day pinning these things out, figuring out what wires go where, comparing it to the 401 to the 402. But I got a call from James. James is going to be coming in here tomorrow, and he's bringing the vents for the heating system for the 401. So we're going to wrap up for tonight. Tomorrow morning, I'll be back in here with James, and we're going to see about getting some heating vents into the 401. Hi, James. What's up, brother?
How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for coming over.
It's a nice shop you got here.
Yeah, so this is the rescue hangar. So if you guys remember, James got a hold of us and he said, those heating, I don't even know what we want to call them, heat outlets, exchangers, vents, whatever they're called, they were terrible. I mean, look at these things. Definitely 1969, and you just can't get them. You can't get them, and when you do, they're broken. So he said, I think I have a fix that's going to be much, much better. And
Here's one of the smaller ones.
dang, look at that. Oh my gosh. So this literally, you printed this.
Yep.
Wow, this is like next level.
So that's actually printed with fire-resistant ABS.
Okay.
So it's designed for aviation stuff to meet
Okay.
the FAA criteria for burn.
Nice. So this is going to meet for burn. We'll send a little piece of this stuff out too, and make sure that it passes like the burn test and all that other stuff. But you know what? Like, this is perfect. All right. Well, let's put that down, and let's go over here. Let's take a look at the 401.
Let's do it.
So we got these vents now, and they look absolutely perfect. And like this one here, this is a smaller size, and then we also have the bigger size one, and also it's one piece. Like the other one, yeah, the other one had like some material on here to try to keep the hose on, which I didn't see it as like a, you know, the best kind of, you know, way to do it. So, but this is perfect. I think they're gonna fit perfectly. See how this thing fits? There we go. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So yeah, so this will go over here in the 401. I don't think these are gonna crack either. Those other ones, like even when we were pulling the upholstery, like the bolts were popping out and the screws, it was cracking. I mean, it was terrible. So that quality is like perfect.
Thanks, yeah.
So how tough were these to make?
I mean, modeling it,
Yeah.
definitely an adventure, but we got it there.
But you have the model now.
Yep, yeah, I have the model now, so it's just a matter of printing it.
Yeah, it looks absolutely perfect. I mean, this is like a great fix for a big problem with these 400 series. All right, so now that James got us these vents, and I got to tell you guys, these things are like next level. They're like durable, they're strong. He did such a good job, and we really appreciate it. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get in the 401, we're gonna get these installed with all the hoses and like the manifold and everything else for the heating system. But you guys are gonna see that next time on Rebuild Rescue. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of this adventure. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. And we also got to remind them about the Mustang.
Yeah, don't forget about the Mustang. Go to rebuildrescue.com, grab your merch, get entered, or else I get it.
Wait a second, I didn't see that in the clause. So you
I
guys
added
wait.
it.
So if you guys don't buy enough merch, these guys here are going to buy it all out, and then you're not going to get the Mustang, and we can't have that happen. I definitely can't see these guys driving my favorite car around. So make sure you guys get entered. Make sure you get a T-shirt, get a key tag, get something. It supports us here at Rebuild Rescue. It supports guys like Joe.
Keeps food in my belly.
It keeps, well, and with those new chompers, man, I'll tell you what. All right, I'm going to get these things installed. I'll see you guys next week.